Hey up and welcome back to Last Cast. You join me here today at Lindley Wood Reservoir on the Murfield Brook, and in today's video we're going to be doing a bit of roach fishing. I'm going to keep it nice and simple and fish Waggler in the whip and basically just see what we can put together. Got a few pegs a bit further up the bank here and it's a bit of a walk, and last time we fished here the water was well down and it's basically at the top of the bank now, so it's going to be interesting. No, like I say, I've not fished it for a while, so not sure what to expect. And yeah, that's it really. We're going to get down to the peg now, and we'll catch you there. Going to be a two-tripper this, folks. Got so much gear these days. Feel like Ed. Nice looking peg. Lovely. Go get the rest of my gear. Right, so I'm set up now, I'm on the box, and today's session's just a bit of simple fishing really. Got two rigs set up, one a Waggler rod and simple 3 metre whip. So we're not going to be fishing too far out anyway. So I'll take you through the whip first of all. So it's a Preston Absolute 3 metre whip with a flick tip in, and very simple little whip rig. Got 015 line down to a 4x14's F1 fine Preston float, and then I've got a little stop directly under the stem of the float just to shut it down straight away, and then I've got strung out number 10s down the rig down to a 010 hook length I believe, and a size 18 silverfish maggot from Drennan, and that's as simple as it gets really. So I'll just be flicking that out in front of me whilst I'm fishing Waggler. I'll be feeding short over the top of there, just trying to bring a few fish in. And yeah, 3 metre whip, obviously not fishing too far out. You don't necessarily need to here. So that's the whip rig, nothing too complicated there. And the Waggler setup is got a Shimano Ultegra C3000 on there, and that's got a 5 pound line on. Fishing with a little Drake Waggler on line with some float stops, a couple of number 6s below it, and then number 8 dropper, and that's it really. I'm going to start at about 2 foot, 2.5 foot depth, and just see what happens. If I start missing a lot of bites, I'll go a bit deeper, or if I feel like the fish are up in the water, if I can see them swirling, then I could obviously shallow the float up a little bit, and that's as simple as it gets. I've got a size 16 hook on there because I'm going to try and get away with a bigger hook because the fish are quite big in here, So I'm going to start off with 16, and if I'm struggling for bites I might step that down a little bit. Also gives me the option to fish with double maggot as well. So yeah, that's the Waggler rig, and that's going to be out in front, obviously a little bit further out. I don't know if you can see that patch of weed out there, but it'll probably be somewhere in line with that. Basically at range of my catapult. So yeah, that's that. So we'll get turned around on the box now and start feeding some bait and see if we can catch a few fish. Right, so we're ready to fish now. I'm just going to put a little bit of bait out. Just fishing maggot today, so I clipped up to a spot out there. It's not too far out. I'm just going to feed a couple of maggots at a time. And just fish over the top of it. And I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to feed short as I go on. I'll start off with a single red maggot. See what happens. It's always a bit thing at first cast. A bit of a crosswind as well, so it might make it a bit funny to bait up. A bit off my spot there. I think I had a bite straight away, to be honest. Let's get back out. There we go, into the first fish now. It's like a small roach. That's what we're after. Fish go a lot bigger than this in here anyway. First fish, getting popped in the net. And feed a bit more bait first of all. Keep them fish out there. We're just going to sort of just repeat this process and see how if we can get any bigger fish to come in. Like I say, I'm going to keep feeding a short line as well for whip. Which is not too far out, it's about there. So I've just fired some bait out there, and for the first time water's sort of settled down with wind. It's swirling from up in water. There's a second fish. Once we start feeding a little bit of bait, they might get a bit more confident. Not as skittish. Second roach. Maggot good to go. Feed our whip line. And basically we're just going to keep repeating this process and swapping changes as we need to. Hopefully these bites will get a bit more confident, like I start hitting them. Yeah, don't think Waggler's the one. I might as well go and whip. There's so many fish there. I'm making the decision. Might as well abandon that line for now. I'll keep putting a bit of bait in just in case the whip line goes dead, but Looking at how many fish is there, it probably won't. But I've got smaller gear on here as well, smaller hooks, smaller lines. Let's see, start at about 1.5 foot depth up in water. It's not deep where that is anyway, it's only about 2 foot. But yeah, just go over a single red, I think. Don't get any simpler than this. And I've got a feeling we should get some bites pretty quickly. There we go. Nice little roach. So there's no point me fishing out there really if I can catch them so close in quickly as well. There we go, that's another fish. And you see the stamp's already better. No point me wasting my time out there. It's a beautiful roach, is that? Nice dark fish. Much better stamp. Beauty. Get a new maggot on. Just shows you the difference. Sometimes fishing far out's not the one, especially today. But that's why I had both lines covered, because I had a feeling that's what would happen. Yeah, stick on the whip, I think. That were a nice fish. That felt like a very big fish. Probably a roach again, that. But it's not uncommon to get a roach sort of £1.5 here sometimes. Plenty of decent ones in here. Keep loose feeding that bait straight over the top. You can see how quickly the bites are as well. A lot more direct to this type of fishing as well. Lost 2 fish there, so I'm just going to check my hooks alright. Yep. That's a little perch this time. I'll take him as well, he'll all count. If it keeps on like this, we're on for a very good weight here. You can't exactly get any simpler in terms of fishing, really. Have a nice roach. But yeah, I think we're just going to continue on now. See how many we can put together. Same tactics, keep loose feeding bait. If we get any nice fish, I'll show you them to camera. That's a pound. Well, I've just had an absolute beauty here, folks. Look at the size of that. That's a pound easy, that. What a fish. Thought I had a carp on. Stunner. Beautiful. Put that in with the net, I think. Don't want to throw him in. Some weight to it. Let's get that hook out there. What a nice fish. Well, a bit of an update now. Been fishing about an hour. Starting to get into some better fish now. Getting a bit better bite, so the fish are getting a bit more confident. I've come basically about 10 inch under the surface. Might be a bit deeper actually, but fishing pretty shallow. Loose feeding bait, and it's starting to pick a few better fish out now. Just had a roach about a pound probably, I'd say. Lovely fish. Hopefully we can get a few more of them. Yep. Micro roach, smallest one at day that. Another beauty roach. Really nice dark fish in here as well. Proper specimens. It just shows you just letting that line rest a little bit and going back on it makes a bit of a difference, because they're in numbers now. I can see them swirling again. It's probably best just to keep alternating between lines. Once it goes quiet, little perch. Probably a swim. Lovely, nice one. Thanks for that. Deal. Don't do the black. Well, I've hooked another fish and I'm probably going to call this my last one. It's another stamped roach. So we'll get this in, get it unhooked, and have a look what we've caught today. Right, well, there's the results of today's fishing. Had some proper nice fish, beautiful roach like that. Probably the biggest one at the day is that one there. Absolute beauty. But I don't want to get them all out because I ain't really got a mat to put them on or anything. But yeah, get all these set back. Thanks for watching the video. That's all been caught in 2 hours of fishing, so you know it's very decent net full in there. All very good stamped fish as well. So we'll get them all put back now.